Hello, I'm Dr. Sheldon Cooper, and this is Sheldon Cooper's Fun with Philosophers. Notice the whimsical misspelling of the word fun by replacing the conventional F with the very fun PH to make it more zazzy. Today, we have a very special guest that scientists have been falling over for centuries. I say, he's quite an attractive guy. Still no guesses? This scientist slash mathematician always has a biggie good time. No? Well, you'd think as Cornerstone students they would have the answer right off the top of their head. Okay, Sir Isaac Newton, everyone.
Thanks for having me, I guess.
Well, Sir Isaac Newton, you are known as the reclusive genius. Great lifestyle choice, by the way. Why are such great minds inclined to meander amongst the brains that are not capable of acquiring such knowledge and forced to interact under social convention? I'll never understand. My hero is a philosopher and an amazing, world-changing scientist. Care to give the audience a little background?
Well, arguably my greatest achievement was my 3 laws of motion. Law 1, the law of inertia, states that a body at rest or in unaccelerated motion will continue on in that state unless acted upon by another force. The law of acceleration can be simplified as force equals mass times acceleration. And law 3 describes how for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Huh. Well, interesting. Now, in my research, I also found out that you were a biblical alchemist. Now, I'm from Texas, and that means that my mother absolutely insisted that every day before we ate any meal, we had to pray and read the Bible, even going as far as smacking me with said Bible when I did something that she considered unchristianly. I celebrated Newtonmas instead of Christmas, you know.
My birth was very difficult. I almost died that day. Why would you celebrate that?
Well, I celebrated it because, you were born December 25th. Okay, so how did you mix both religion and science?
I've actually written more works on religion than in any other field. The work I did in science was simply defining and discovering the laws of how nature behaves. Since nature requires no divine force to keep it going, I chose to see God as the creator of our world and not the preserver.
Well, can you write a letter to my mother explaining your theory? I feel like she would take it much better from you. No? Okay, well, I have an acquaintance who is an engineer. He only has a master's degree from MIT. For shame. And he would like to know a little bit about your contributions to mathematics.
It's pretty complex. I began working on my form of calculus in the 1660s. It was based off of my mathematical analysis of motion and change, the method of flexions. Many consider me to be the founder of calculus, although Gottfried Leibniz tried to steal my thunder.
Ugh, don't you just hate when that happens? I'm a self-respecting theoretical physicist, and I'm currently working on the dilemma of string theory. Now, I was lumped together with, I can't say it, with an astrophysicist who refers to himself as the brown dynamite. Honestly, you are the only person I would consider ever sharing a title with. Hey, wouldn't it have been a great idea if you and I had proposed the laws of motion together?
Right.
Well, you could have gone into more detail about your law of acceleration. I know you were trying to simple it down for everyone, but it's actually quite easy to understand. See, it simply states that acceleration of an object is dependent upon the 2 variables, the net force upon the object and the mass of the object.
An acceleration of an object depends directly upon the net force acting upon the object and inversely upon the mass of the object. As the force acting upon an object increases, the acceleration of the object increases. As the mass of the object increases, the acceleration decreases.
Wow. Oh my!
Not this time. You'd think, since I discovered the law of universal gravitation, which states that any two objects in the universe attract with a force that is equal to the product of their masses and inversely related to the square of the distance between them.
Look, that's just historically inaccurate. I mean, the apple falling from the tree. You weren't sitting under. It was a satirical piece. It wasn't meant to just. Well, this has been Sheldon Cooper in our first and final episode of Fun with Philosophers.
Starring Isaac Newton. Would you just get out of here?
And we're done.